Welcome in, everyone, to Game 2 of the first round of the Western Conference Playoffs on EA Sports. We're at Talking Stick Resort Arena in downtown Phoenix. Tonight, it's the Phoenix Suns getting set to match up with the New Orleans Pelicans. Alongside Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Suns as they enter play. They were winners in Game 1, as expected, on their home floor. They'll look to build on that advantage here at home in Game 2.
And Game 1 went as expected. But now, as the higher seed, you still got to take care of business in Game 2. As a road team, all you're looking to do is split one of these first 2 games.
Here comes the screen. Paul to Mikal Bridges. 4-3. His first effort off the mark. Has a look. Deep 2 there, won't go.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
McCollum with the basketball, just underway. Happier with us for Game 2. Knocks it down from mid-range.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Booker. And scores.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To McCollum. Beyond the arc for 3. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
McCollum in a matchup with Booker. From long range. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To McCollum. Nothing going here on that drive. McCollum to the basket, but he's unable to finish. Mikal Bridges. Short jumper off the mark.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Now ready to shoot at the line.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Phoenix has the ball. DeAndre Ayton. Has a chance. Wide open look. Won't go.
The NBA Playoffs 2022-1 round of games and highlights will be coming up next on Sports Action Infinity 22.
Paul. Oh, he had it. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
To McCollum. C.J. McCollum. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Into the front court, it's Booker. Down just a couple. Here comes the screen. Paul to Booker. Nothing going here on that drive. Knocks it down off the step back.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Nance. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Paul. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Nance. Can't connect. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Paul. Almost. And he's not getting the call. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Larry Nance Jr. trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 68%. Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. The lead is up to 5.
The NBA Playoffs 2022-21 round Game 2 matchup will be coming up next. Seed 2 Boston Celtics, Seed 7 Brooklyn Nets.
Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
New Orleans has it. To McCollum. A pass stolen by Phoenix. A fundamental shot right there.
The savvy players, they create contact. They throw their arms in you. They even throw their bodies into you. And as soon as you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
To McCollum. Works it up top. Nance. Here comes the screen. Fires the three, knocks it down, and the foul. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
Most definitely contact on that forearm during the follow-through. You have to give the offensive player a lot of credit. The concentration you need to make a shot after getting fouled, that's big time.
Larry Nance Jr. with a chance at a 4-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. And he adds the free throw. Here's Paul, controlling the offense to Mikal Bridges. Takes stock of the floor. For three, not going down here. Clark with it. Up 5. Nothing going here on that drive. Nance. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Mikal Bridges to Paul. Shot from the lane won't go. Paul with it up top. 5-point game. JaVale McGee to Mikal Bridges. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Lets it fly from long range. He made his first effort, but not that time.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Mikal Bridges to Paul. Fires the three. He engulfed him that time. Clark with it. Up by 3. Nothing going here on that drive. Larry Nance Jr. Couple of free throws on the way. Hasn't missed yet. First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. Suns control the possession. Probing the defense. DeAndre Ayton. To Mikal Bridges. Gets it in the left corner. Hayden. Oh, nice find for the basket.
That was a tough shot. The guy was in your pocket. He even contested the shot. Everything was going according to plan until then.
Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. With the slam. Stay out of the way when the train's coming through. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Booker's shot off the mark. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Chance for Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Booker. To Paul. Pelicans basketball. Nance. Devin Booker with a piece.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Five on the shot clock. Nance. Trying to cash in. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Nance. Paul across the timeline. Down five.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Well, their first three, and they're right back in it, within a possession in this first quarter.
Well, I don't want to live in the past, but if you got a couple of those that dropped earlier, you could have had a nice lead. Now, we got a dogfight.
We've reached the end of the first quarter here in game number 2. Jay and I back with more after this. This is the first round of the West playoffs on EA Sports. One quarter down. Neither side really distinguished
NBA
itself.
playoffs
Jay, what stood out?
2022-21 round game 3 matchup will be coming up next. Seed 5 Toronto Raptors, seed 4 Philadelphia 76ers.
Not bad. Right in between. Let's see how...
Knocked it away.
Oh! Some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. Short jumper won't go down. Hayden into the front court. They trail by 2. From the painted area, won't go down. Clark with it. Looking to make something happen. Here comes the screen. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Paul, over to the right side. Whoa, look what I found.
You know it's a bad block when somebody snatches the ball out of the air. Wow.
Clark shot no good. He can't connect. Larry Nance Jr. able to recover with the block. It's Pelicans ball. Valanciunas. Probing the defense. Surveys the floor. Nothing going here on that drive. Nance.
The NBA playoffs 2022-21 round game 2 matchup will be coming up next. Seed 3 Milwaukee Bucks, seed 6 Chicago
Here
Bulls.
comes some changes. Paul to Mikal Bridges. DeAndre Ayton to Paul. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Gets it in the right corner. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one. –
is good to cap off the three-point play. And the lead is down to 3. Here's a chance from long range. Textbook defense. Now Paul with the basketball. Down 3. DeAndre Ayton to Paul. The Suns with 4 to shoot. Paul. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Count it. And the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
DeAndre Ayton at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Add one more to his total. Pelicans have the basketball. To McCollum. Shot clock. It's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. C.J. McCollum. 3 for 6 now.
And C.J. is a guy that doesn't get the respect that he deserves on a nationwide level. 3 straight seasons averaging over 20 points per game. He's a guy that's automatically in range once he leaves the car entering the stadium.
To McCollum. Just not going down.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
And he scores. Euro step into the rim, Jay.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
They get it down to Paul. Nice pass to set things up. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. To Mikal Bridges. Here comes the screen. Paul to Mikal Bridges. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. McCollum into the front court. They lead it. 4-point game. And look out.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
Booker with it. He'll run the offense. Has a look. With the step back.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender did.
McCollum with the basketball. Leads 4. Nance to McCollum. C.J. McCollum. 4 out of 7.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Booker to Mikal Bridges. Going to launch beyond the arc. Mikal Bridges forced that one. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Into the front court, it's Booker. His team's down 9. To Paul.
Hey, you got the screen right, screen right, screen right.
DeAndre Ayton to Mikal Bridges. He gets it.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
New Orleans will take it up. McCollum and knocks it down. Jay, for the defender, tough to gamble once the ball's behind the arc.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot. Look out, Larry Nance Jr. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Paul to Mikal Bridges. Shot from the lane won't go. Ingram matched up with Booker. Nance. Five to shoot for the Pelicans. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
4-3 and knocks it down.
And Ed, when you have 7-footers roaming the perimeter who shoot over 40% from the three-point line, why take twos?
All 5 can shoot it at any given time. To McCollum. Beyond the arc for 3. That's good D. Shot no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
The jumper's off the mark. Could not throw it down. DeAndre Ayton to Booker. It goes down.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
New Orleans going to take it up. Nance to McCollum. Sizing up the defense. Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Paul to Payton. The pass set it all up.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious, but don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
Shot by McCollum won't go. Hayden to Paul. DeAndre Ayton to Mikal Bridges. Yes, and a foul. Hell of a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw good. A three-point play as they move in front here just before the break. New Orleans has it. To McCollum. Why even try that time?
I'm going to start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
Larry Nance Jr. snatching it out of the air.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
To McCollum. And the rebound belongs to Phoenix. Mikal Bridges. Oh, not a good pass as the Pelicans come up with it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in...
Whoa! Get that out of here. Message sent, Jay.
Screen come.
This for the tie. We reached halftime here in Game 2. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. The Pelicans are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. These are the guys getting buckets for the New Orleans Pelicans. The Suns had kept it close after 1 half. And without question, they can put themselves in a position to win this game if they continue to rack up the assists. Have a look at the leading scorers to the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Assists.
The chemistry for each squad has been great today, and that explains the high assist total. Coming out of halftime, I'm interested to see what kind of defensive adjustments are made to limit the easy scoring opportunities.
Player of the half.
Larry Nance tallied a lot of blocks in the first half and really made his presence known on the defensive end. I bet we end up seeing the opposition get even more timid around him.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Pelicans basketball. JaVale McGee. To Mikal Bridges. From long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies
The
can't
NBA
have some.
playoffs
Everyone's getting a piece of the
2-0-2-2-1
rock.
round game 3 matchup will be coming up next. Seed 5 Toronto
McCollum.
Raptors, seed 4 Philadelphia 76ers.
Nice pass to get things going.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Booker with it. His guys now trailing by a point. DeAndre Ayton to Booker. Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
To McCollum. And count the basket.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Suns with the basketball. To Mikal Bridges. Chance for Chris Paul. Yes, when this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
McCollum to Valanciunas. Runner here, won't go. To McCollum. Fires the three. Won't go down. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Paul into the front court. His guys now down by a point. DeAndre Ayton to Paul. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Chris Paul trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 86% from the line. Free throw up and good. Gives him a 2-point lead.
The NBA playoffs 2-0-2-2-1 round game 3 matchup will be coming up next. Seed 9 Atlanta Hawks, seed
Nothing
1
going here
Miami
on that
Heat.
drive. For three, can't go down. Smothering defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
McCollum. Here comes the screen. Deep right corner. Nance to McCollum. That's usually one that he'll knock down. Paul into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. It's Paul for 2. And it's McCollum who grabs the rebound. Screen coming. To McCollum. And he hits.
When I played, and I see guys do this all the time, when you shoot, the target isn't the basket. The target is actually before you even go into the shot. The target are your hands defensively. If your hands are down and you give me clear vision towards the bucket, that shot's definitely going up.
It's Pelicans ball. To McCollum. Nance. Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
Into the front court. It's Booker. They lead it. 4-point game. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul. He buries it, creating space with the step back.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Nance to McCollum. Active hands to stay with it. We'll get a jump. They're in position. Let's see who can retain it. Paul with it up top. Up by 6. Knocks it down off the step back. When you look at playmakers from the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
It's Phoenix ball. Paul to Booker. Here's CP3. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error. Working hard there, collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Lets it fly from long range. Too easy. Defense has to communicate.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Paul sizing up McCollum. Nothing going here on that drive. JaVale McGee. From the outside, no good. Nance to McCollum. And he knocks it down. Jay, nice look right there.
Ooh, is there a medic in the house? You need to get those ankles retaped ASAP.
C.J. McCollum swats it. That's his 3rd block this evening.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
To Paul. Mikal Bridges slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. To McCollum. Return label included.
Offense might want to adjust here. That's his 4th block of the evening.
Paul. Oh, ferocious slam inside. The Pelicans will take the timeout. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. To McCollum. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
No, no, no. I'll tell you, the team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
C.J. McCollum has got 2 shots coming. A career 84% free throw shooter. And he connects on the first free throw.
Coming right back to you.
gets both to drop at the line. Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Oh, the Suns come up with the steal. Hayden. To Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul. 5 on the shot clock for Phoenix. Short jumper misses. To McCollum. He connects. Sometimes you just have to go out there and make a tough play.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Here comes the screen. Paul sizing up McCollum. Gets it in the right corner. Mikal Bridges. Shot clock winding down. Chance for Paul. God, tough shot. Hand in his face. He makes them pay.
If you're coaching against this player, you have to throw some fake traps, some fake schemes. How are you making this player think instead of just naturally reacting?
To McCollum. Nothing going here on that drive. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
And a nice finish at the rim.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guarantee it.
C.J. McCollum off the mark.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
JaVale McGee to Mikal Bridges. Paul knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Ingram guarded by Devin Booker. To McCollum. Scores from the post.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. JaVale McGee. They get it down to Paul. The jab step opens up space to knock down the jumper.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. You need to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
And count the basket inside.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
DeAndre Ayton to Paul. He buries it off the step back.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
That ends the third quarter. The Suns have the lead. It'll be Suns basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the fourth.
Has a chance. Missed it. Not much more you can ask for from the defense there.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Paul to Payton. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Fires the 3. Mikal Bridges forced that one. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Sindarius Thornwell at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 67%. Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. It's back to a 5-point game. With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Chris Paul trying to cash in on a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. One free throw, count it. It's a three-point play, and the lead up to 8. With the fadeaway, burns him for the basket.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Pelicans have the basketball. Mikal Bridges to Booker. Backwards to the basket. 5 seconds. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Nance. Not that time. Mikal Bridges to Paul. Mikal Bridges to Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. Mikal Bridges down for McGee. C.J. McCollum sends it away. Fourth this contest.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Nothing going here on that drive. Now pass stolen by the Pelicans. A pass stolen by Phoenix. Paul. able to convert inside. Chris Paul, huge block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Nance. To McCollum. Knocks it down off the step back.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To McCollum. Nance. To McCollum. Devin Booker rejects it.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Out of bounds. Last touch by Brandon Ingram. JaVale McGee to Mikal Bridges. Paul against the Lehigh product. Mikal Bridges to Paul. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Chance for Chris Paul. Off the mark.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Mikal Bridges. It's Paul for 2. Shot work. Devin Booker up and good with the putback.
He's a relentless scorer. It doesn't matter if you stop him once. He's going to keep coming at you time and time again.
Nance to McCollum. And he finishes at the rim.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
DeAndre Ayton to Paul. Booker. The Suns with 4 to shoot. CJ.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Mikal Bridges. Can't miss those. To McCollum. In the slam.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Phoenix with it. DeAndre Ayton to Booker. Look out, Devin Booker. He's now 4 for 6.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
McCollum. Had a chance, but it's no good. Paul across the timeline. They lead it. 4-point game. JaVale McGee goes to the right side. To Booker. Look out, Devin Booker. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Old school equals high percentage.
New Orleans will take it up. To McCollum. Good defense. He had nowhere to go. The result, jump ball. They're set to jump it up to see who gets possession. Not that time. Mikal Bridges to Booker. JaVale McGee. And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Pelicans. Paul. DeAndre Ayton to Paul. Deep two there, won't go.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
JaVale McGee. Now to Booker, down low. The shot, almost. To McCollum. And there's the whistle. Neither player giving up an inch. We have a tie-up. They're in position. Let's see who can retain it. Mikal Bridges to Booker. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Oh, not a good pass as the Pelicans come up with it. McCollum. Gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
It's Suns ball. Paul to Booker. To Paul. Booker. Here comes the screen. Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Substitution being made in this one. To McCollum. Valanciunas. New Orleans down to 4 in the shot clock. Trying to cash in. Doesn't even see the defender. Buries the shot.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Off the mark on the first free throw. No good. Missed them both. To Valanciunas. Rises for the slam.
Valanciunas giving you that size, giving you that length, a guy that can extend the defense. But you kind of forget that he was the 5th pick taken overall in 2011.
To Booker. Knocked loose. Pelicans have it.
You better get back on D. This thing is over.
Down to 5 on the 24. It's no good. Great defense. And it's rejected.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Phoenix has the ball to Mikal Bridges. Payton. Takes stock of the floor. Goes to the left side. 5 on the shot clock for Phoenix. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Man, that was a tough shot.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing now.
That does it for the period. This game is all tied up. Time to shuffle things up. And we're underway here in the extra period. To Mikal Bridges. Here comes the screen. Paul. The Suns with 4 to shoot. Look at the fight for that ball. We'll get a jump. After the tie-up, they'll throw it up and see who gets the possession. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Almost. Unlucky bounce. To McCollum. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. McCollum working hard on the glass. Devin Booker pins it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Now Paul with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. JaVale McGee to Booker. Down to 5 on the 24. Has a look. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximal effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
First try at the line, no good. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. To McCollum. Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
And strokes it. Booker with it. Down by 1. DeAndre Ayton to Booker. Cashes in for 2.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
New Orleans going to take it up. Here comes the screen. Now the Suns come up with the steal. Not done yet. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Short jumper won't go down.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To Paul. DeAndre Ayton. Rebound taken in by McCollum. Ingram picked up by Booker. Trying to cash in. Not today. Suns control the possession. Mikal Bridges. Probing the defense to Booker. 5 on the shot clock for Phoenix. Devin Booker. This guy can beat anyone straight up. Devin Booker. Good closeout. Still knocks it down.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
McCollum. Nance. Shot clock winding down. Rebound for Ayton. He won't get away with this one. Referee calls it intentional. Knocked loose. And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Pelicans. So it stays with Phoenix. Knocked loose. Taken by the Pelicans. Nearing impossible. No getting through.
5, Ed. That's 5 blocks tonight.
It's the Suns with the victory. They've taken the upper hand in this best-of-7 series. A 2-games-to-none lead. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Suns needed extra minutes to get the victory. It was a remarkable game for the way it ended, but it was also a terrific game overall. I'm glad to have been a part of it. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Phoenix Suns. The Pelicans must be devastated after such a close loss. When a team goes back and review the film, coach will probably find areas of improvement. But one thing he can't say is they should have shot better. They did a great job of scoring in this game. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the New Orleans Pelicans.
Game track. Assists.
I was really impressed by the way these teams shared the ball. As you can see in these highlights, the ball movement was spectacular. It can't be said enough. The extra pass can make all of the difference.
Player of the game.
Ayton was aggressive today with his scoring, getting his points right at the basket. He put down a crazy number of dunks in today's matchup. are top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.